Hi guys, just wanted to hop on and just share a little bit about where I've been. I have kind of been on a hiatus. Some of you may have noticed, some of you may not have noticed. It's fine. Kind of had a setback, so to speak, and I realized that February was a very hard month for me. And it took its toll. And going into March, I wasn't really feeling it. We had a death in the family in February, on Valentine's Day to be exact. And a lot of changes, just a lot of changes. One of them was I kind of came on and vented in this group about my doctor. And somehow that kind of triggered me, I think, to, I don't know, it just triggered me. And I wasn't even aware that it was going to trigger me or that it had triggered me. But emotionally, mentally, I was just out of it. I was out of this process. So yesterday, before my bounce back post, there's a little bit of a backstory to that post. And I got on the scale. I'm like, you know what? Let's just see where I'm at, because I do Weight Watchers at work, and my weigh-in day is on Tuesday. And because of a vacation that's coming up that I'm going to talk a little bit about too, I got my schedule changed, because normally this would be my 8-day stretch. I'd be like, 3 or 4 days in right now. And I happened to be off both yesterday and today. And yesterday being my weigh-in day, I'm like, let me just get on my scale. And I get on my scale and I see that I have gained 2 pounds. And let me tell you what, that number so totally messed with me. It was the realization of, oh my gosh, I lost 8 pounds in January, and by March, I've already gained half of that back. Oh, wow. I was a mess. And I text a friend, and I said, that's it. I'm done. I'm out of all these groups. I am not doing this. I'm done. I'm going to quit Weight Watchers when my time is up. I'm just not going to renew. I'm done. And she didn't text me back right away. So I did my little YouTube video. And then I get a phone call, and it was from my friend who basically let me have it. And I needed, the way she told me, I needed it that way. And I got a hair. Sorry. Okay. And she's like, you know what? It's a number. Every time I get on my scale at home, it's always different from what Weight Watchers scale says. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go down the street to Publix, and I'm going to eat this out, because my destiny isn't to lose weight. My process is about embracing where I am right now. Like I was really doing that. It's about embracing where I am right now. And it's about I've got to be happy in the skin I'm in, and y'all can lose weight because that's your part of the journey. I'm not supposed to be doing this right now. She wasn't having it. And so I told her, I said, listen, I'm just going to go to Publix and grab something. And she said, oh, she was at Casey's, which is one of my new favorite restaurants, and she was getting a shrimp wrap. Well, I realized I was hungry, so I had that going for me. It was lunchtime, and I was really hungry. So now my mind is distracted, and I really, really, really want a shrimp wrap. But Casey's is all the way on the other side of town, and I don't want to make that trek all the way to the other side of town just to get a shrimp wrap and a salad. And there is no one up here that makes them on this side. So what did I do? I was still like, okay, I'm going to find something to eat. And at this point, I don't even care what it is that I eat. And she said, you're going to make a good decision, and you're going to send me a picture of your good choice. For some reason, I was just like, oh, okay. because I was distracted and I realized I really just wanted a stinking shrimp wrap because they are so stinking good. And they're low points because it's only got some onions, peppers, some shrimp that's not breaded, and some cheese in it. So I ended up going to Red Lobster and I got some flounder, which to me tasted kind of bland. But I've been eating really off for the last couple of weeks. So to me right now, everything tastes like cardboard. I got some broccoli, I got some shrimp, posted the picture, had a salad, and the whole thing I think cost me like 4 or 5 points because when I originally put it in, I wasn't going to do the salad dressing. Tasted their champagne salad dressing, and oh my gosh, it was good. It was probably the tastiest thing on the plate besides the shrimp. And so from there, I made a Mexican vegetable soup, which was 0 points because it was vegetarian. Well, mine was vegan except for the yogurt that we added in place of the sour cream. And that was 0 points, even with the fat-free yogurt. So I ended up making a few good choices. And then we go to I text my friend this morning and I'm like, I don't know if I should go weigh in, if I should just skip. And she's like, you're going to go to the meeting and you're going to go weigh in. You need to know where you're at. And she says, I'm telling you, the scales are different. So I go to my meeting. I get on the scale, way reluctant. And it is only 0.4 up. Okay, I can deal with that. It's still in the wrong direction, but I can deal with 0.4. I can work with that. Don't ask me why it's any different, but I just felt like I could work with that. And I go and I sit in the meeting. I was just going to weigh in. I said, let me sit in the meeting. Well, the meeting's about bouncing back from setbacks. Okay. Yeah, God's not in this with me at all. So we're talking about how we focus on what we focus on. That's what we allow to happen. That's what it's like saying what you allow will continue. And if I allow myself to continue to look at my challenges as I continue to look at, oh my gosh, I can't do this. It's 4 pounds up instead of 4 pounds down. And stopping and thinking, well, maybe I got my period, or maybe I ate too much salt, or maybe I'm swollen from a workout, or maybe, just maybe, their scale isn't calibrated right. What? So anyway, I really liked that idea. And I'm like, okay, I just need to start dealing with this a little bit differently and start focusing on my successes, because that whole time I not once thought about the fact that for the last few years, I've managed to not only take off and keep off 50 pounds, but I didn't think about the fact that when I started this journey, I was a size 22 pants, and now I'm a size 18. On my way into a 16, I might add. Never once did I ever give that any consideration because I was so focused on the fact that I wasn't feeling well, and oh my gosh, my food choices suck, and oh my gosh, I went up 0.8. Now I went up 2. Now I went down 0.4. Now, that whole yo-yo. I was so distracted by the yo-yo. One of the things that they suggested, and I'm going to suggest this, is that we write a letter to ourselves. And in that letter to ourselves, we write that setbacks are normal. And we write what we're going to do to get back on track. And then we write a list of all our accomplishments, all of our success stories, both non-scale and scale victories. And then we put it in we also list in there who can help us and how they can help us. Like my friend yesterday, like I have one friend that she's like, you're quiet. Are you okay? She checked in, and that was good. I needed that. I needed to know that people are like, you're not yourself, or is everything okay? Is there anything I could do to help? But then I also really needed that friend to say, virtually over the phone, shake some sense into me and say, girl, you got this. We were in this together and we've got this. So make a list with those people that are your source of support and how they support you. Because whatever you're going through, you're going to need to know who to go to and when. And then on the outside of the envelope, you are to write, Dear Kimberly, for instance, open this when you are. And you can fill in the blank for whatever, for when you're having a slip up, for when you've gained, for when you just feel bad, for whatever it is for you. Stick it someplace that you'll find it, your underwear drawer, your sock drawer, your pajama drawer, your journal, and open it then. I'm also going to suggest that you add to it, because if you open that letter and you moved on and you've been successful after that, just keep adding to your list of successes. Write yourself another letter if you feel that you need to write another letter, and move on from that. So I am back. I've already done some meal prepping. I've gotten some whole wheat pancakes done for the week. I'm making some hard-boiled eggs. I'm going to make some banana oat muffins, the 2-point ones. I've got some of that Mexican vegetable soup that I'm going to be taking with me for at least 3 out of my next 6 work days. And I said that I was going to talk about a vacation that's upcoming. The end of March for us is spring break, and we are going out of town to celebrate my daughter. And in that, we're going to be not able to cook a lot of our food. We're going to North Carolina. We're going to Elevation Church. I'm going to sit in Elevation Church with Elevation Worship, and I'm going to listen to Pastor Stephen Furtick. I am so excited. I love Pastor Stephen Furtick. Love listening to his messages. And if you don't know who he is, check him out. He's real. It's one of the reasons that I like the church that we're in now, because they don't candy coat it. They tell you the truth. And so we're going to go listen to this guy. But then we're going to go down to Valdosta, Georgia. I have some family that live just about 30 minutes outside of Valdosta. And we are going to go to Wild Adventures to celebrate a birthday, which is just an amusement park. And so, there's going to be like that fair type food. So I'm trying to plan for that. Like, I have to find a small cooler so that I can take some of my fruits and vegetables with me. My sister-in-law cooks for us, and then we order pizza and we just, do stuff like that. I've already told her that I want to make sure that we have a cake and we celebrate Ariana that way, because I don't want her to feel left out. I want to enjoy this. I'm also going to make sure that I pack my running shoes, and I'm going to try to go. I'm not necessarily going to get a new pair of running shoes for this trip because I want to ensure that I'm actually going to run, but I'm going to go look at some new workout clothes so that I can have some new outfits to just show off while I'm in North Carolina and Georgia and North Florida. And so my plan is to stay on track, because that 5K is like the day after we get back. And anyway, so I am worried about food. I'm trying not to focus there. I'm trying to focus on how I can still be successful, how I can eat my zeros so that it doesn't matter that, maybe I have a piece of fried chicken on a stick or something, or a fried Oreo or whatever. But anyway, that's where I'm at. And I encourage all of you guys to write those letters, and I will let you know how we do on my vacation. Also, I'd like to say, let's dedicate Wednesdays to watering Wednesdays. Focus on our water intake. Make sure we're getting enough water, because that also has a lot to do with what's on the scale. That's all I have for now, and I will chat with y'all next time. Bye-bye. Can't get this stupid thing off.